Hello everyone, I am Lakshminarayanan R and I am currently pursuing my bachelor's degree in computer science engineering in Velammal Engineering College. Welcome you all to the Python tutorial. In today's session, we are going to learn about modules. Let me go through the agenda first. What we are going to learn. At first, we are going to learn what is a module. Then we are going to learn about import statement, which is followed by import from statement. Then we are going to learn how to create a module and how to import that created module in another program. Then we are going to learn about the advantages of module. At last, we are going to see some interesting modules which can be used in Python. It will be really interesting. Let me go through each one of the slides. What is a module? A module is a file containing Python definitions and statements. A module can define functions, classes, and variables. A module can also include runnable code. Grouping related code into a module makes your code much simpler and easy to understand. When we are doing some high-end projects using Python, you will definitely need module to make your code much simpler and easier to understand. In simpler words, we can say a module as a Python program which is saved like any other Python program with an extension of .py. When we import that program in another program, we will say it is a module. Now we are going to see about import statement. We can use any Python source file as a module by executing an import statement in some other Python source file. As I have already told, a Python program that is saved in the extension .py, if it is imported in another Python program, then we can say it is a module. When interpreter encounters an import statement, it imports the module if the module is present in the search path. A search path is a list of directories that the interpreter searches for importing a module. For example, to import the module calc.py, we need to put the following command at the top of the script. That is, we need to put import calc as the command. The example here is import calc print add 10,2. The add function here is already been defined in the calc module. When we are calling this add function, it will directly go into that calc module where that add function is defined and it will do the addition there. And it will return the result here which is being printed. So when we print add 10,2, it will go to that calc module and it will perform the addition. That is 10 plus 2 is equal to 12 and it will return the answer here which is get printed. Now we are going to see about import from statement. Python's from statement lets you to import specific attribute from a module. Generally, we will import a module using the command import module name. But certain modules, like for example we take math module, the math module contains many functions like square root, factorial, power, cosine, sine, tan. So there are many functions that are present inside the math module. But if we want only some specific functions to be imported, like for example here we are taking only the square root and factorial function from the math module. So for that we will use from statement. The syntax is here is from math import square root comma factorial. Now we have just imported only the square root and factorial from the math module, and then we are using it in our program, that is print square root of 16, print factorial of 6. It will put the output as 4.0 and 720. Now we are going to see some examples related to import module and import from module. The first example is that for import module, the syntax is import module name. Here I am importing the module name math. So import math. All its functions that are present within the math module are imported. So I am going to execute each one of the functions in the math module using print statement. So print math.square, print math.py, math.degree, math.radian, math.sine, math.cos, math.tan, and math.factorial. These functions will get executed. I am going to run this code. So you can see the output is 5.0. The respective values have been printed. The second program is that I am going to import another module which is import random. So random module will print some random numbers So between any two given numbers, or it will print any random number. So the functions that are present within this module are randint, random, and choice. These are some functions. So I'm going to explain each one of the function. The first function is randint. It will print a random integer between the given numbers, between the two given numbers. So here print random.randint 0, 5. It will print some random number between 0 and 5. The next program is random floating point number between 0 and 1. So it will random.random will print a floating point number between 0 and 1. Then random number between 0 and 100 is, you have to multiply the random.random with 100 so that it will print a random number between 0 and 100. Then random.choice will print a random element from a list. I'm going to run this code. See, it has printed some random number between 0 and 5, then 0 to 1, then 100, between 0 and 100, then a random element from the list. If I again run this program, it will print some other answer. See, it will print some other answer. So this is how a random module works. Next, import datetime. Import datetime will give you the current date and time. So the function is datetime.datetime.now, which is assigned to a variable now. So I'm going to print it in some string, that is string format. I'm going to print it with the string format that I am specifying. That is with, it should be in the format like year, month, date. Then it should be hour, minute, second. I'm going to run this code so that you can be able to see the output. See, it has printed the current date and time in the format that I have specified. At last, from module. From the math module, from statement. From the math module, I want to print only certain functions that I am needed. So from math, I am going to import only the square and factorial, and I am going to run this program. So it has printed the square root and factorial of the specified number.